And we're live. Welcome, you beautiful bastards, to my so-called show. And I am joined here by the Lord of Toxicity. How are you doing, man?
Hey, how are ya? Living a
Y-
living a great, easy Kansas, beautiful day. Hello to the chat. We are live.
Yeah, man. And yes, this episode 2 of The Penguin. And yeah, it's really looked like it's taking things, it's, well, for lack of a better word, raising the stakes a little bit more now. We're starting to see a little bit more of the chickens coming home to roost for the Falcone family. We're seeing the gang war starting to ignite, the fire's starting to burn a little bit more, and with the rivalries between the Maronis and the Falcones. And we're also seeing Oz Cobb, really desperately trying to find affiliates that he can manipulate as well, and Sophia as well, who's really starting to become very impatient with the methods of the people who are taking charge.
Hmm.
So yeah, I will go quickly through the episode. So before we start talking about our opinions on the characters, the overall story, and our ratings and our favourite moments. So after the last episode, Oz has gone back to Maroney, who, despite his skepticism of what has happened, is convinced to take him up on his offer and agrees to work with him to take on the drop. Oz unexpectedly is ordered to drive the truck instead of the follow car, which puts him in more danger. Ordered by Johnny Vitti, of course, who Oz seems to really fucking hate, and Vitti seems to hit back. And despite the hiccup with Maroney's capo getting shot and eventually captured, and also with some of Maroney's men getting clipped, the drop still manages to go ahead as planned. Falcone's men is pissed off that they lost money. So Sophia, who's still having trouble mentally, is trying to convince Johnny and Luca to find Alberto's killer. But she also knows there's a rat on the inside, and Luca assesses the situation after Johnny starts having a go at her and tries to calm her down. But she's not having any of it and is pissed off. Luca is taking over. Oz realizes Sophia is the one he may need to help him take over, especially with her mental state and the fact that she hates Viti and Luca at the same time. So he could probably find a way to work her like a puppet before getting rid of her, make her believe that she's winning, but at first she isn't buying it either. Victor and Penguin host a party, inviting his friends and his girlfriend around, to play the loyal mobster who's sad that his friends got taken down in the drop, blah blah blah. And we also learn Sophia has killed 7 women and is known as the Hangman, and she's in the news. She's very notorious, and people are not happy about it. Penguin talks with Victor about his first job as a driver. He opens up and talks a little bit more about his past. Meanwhile, Sophia tracks down an ex-crooked copper who's alcoholic and a drophead, and he used to work for her father. And she pays him to track down the traitor. We also learning a bit more about Victor, and he's starting to worry that his friend Garcia, who was killed in the ending of the last episode due to Oz giving him up, and he's unaware Oz has had him killed, as he sees missing photos of missing person pictures stamped on the lamppost, but he's still not very sure. And at the party, Oz drinks with his buddies to the memories of his fallen buddies and tries to get Vic laid with a porn star who's into fetish, domination, and cake. Uh,
Yes, cake.
yeah, you get a
Cake.
sweet tooth. We see Oz go through stuff he can use to blackmail Johnny, which is definitely photos of Falcone's wife that he's fucking. His
Yep.
girlfriend knows that the alibi was on Alberto's murder, and she's worried he's putting her at risk. Oz convinces her to trust him. And then it comes to the day of the funeral. We get more insight into Sophia's mental state as she wakes up with self-inflicted scratches. Oz visits his mother, who, according to her landlord, has gotten worse with the dementia and really needs permanent care. Oswald pays off the landlord, ignoring his advice. He spends time with his mum, and it's a little nice little sad moment as well. And on the way to the funeral, he tells Victor he plans to get Johnny Vitti out of the way by planting Falcone's jewelry in his car, setting him up, making him look like the traitor. There's protesters outside demanding Sophia be locked up, and Sophia is inside, looking over the crowd. Oz opens up to Sophia about losing his brothers and lies to her about his mum dying, and gives her advice on the pain, how the pain shouldn't consume you. The crooked copper, I forgot his name, later brings in one of Maroni's capo who was shot in the drop. He's injured and he's heavily sedated. He's been captured from the hospital, and he may be able to help Sophia find out who the traitor is. Maroni's wife is pissed off at Oz that their capo has been snatched from the hospital. Oz knows Sophia was behind it, but Nadia isn't convinced, thinking he's not going to be as useful as he made himself out to be. Oz convinces her with the blackmail photos of Viti. And at the wake, people are talking about Sophia, making her paranoid. And like you said last week about how you can tell a person is crazy by the way she eats, she's really fucking throwing down. She's scoffing. God, I love this actress. She really plays it well. She plays it so well.
Yeah.
And so Victor tries to plant Falcone's jewels in Viti's car, but then gets caught. Sophia checks on the progress with Avrad, and it's nothing. Oz searches for Avrad. He confronts Johnny on the whereabouts, and obviously Johnny doesn't know yet, so he informed Luca. Sophia sees movie footage of her brother Alberto driving her to drink more, then runs into her cousin, who plays it nice before offering to go abroad with her, but then becomes hesitant once her daughter comes around Sophia, and Sophia kind of makes a bit of a very subtle threat, which kind of shows just how unhinged she is, and I love it. After Oz has confronted Johnny about Avrad, Johnny informs Luca, and Luca is angry about the whole mess. Victor gets caught trying to frame Viti and runs, like I said earlier. Yeah, I've already said that. Oz finds Avrad, and after Victor calls, telling him it went wrong, Oz changes his plans and kills Avrad. Sophie and Luca find the body and investigate everyone. Oz accuses Viti. The two fight, with Oz planting a knife on Castillo. Castillo pleads innocence, and Sophia goes to kill him, only for Luca to shoot him first. Sophia argues with Luca. Luca convinces Sophia to take some time away, and Sophia decides to work with Oz in order to gain control. Victor is left to bury the bodies after his fuck up, and Oz warns him he must adapt no matter what. He has now become skeptical about Victor, but Oz gets a call from Sophia to meet in private, and Sophia lets Oz know he wants him to help her take over. End of the episode. And yeah, it is a pretty good episode. I mean, things are really coming together at the moment. There's consequences, manipulation, and there's more people coming out the woodwork, really trying to grab that power that is left in the vacuum of where Falcone left.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So, overall thoughts on it then?
Well, so I like how it picks up where we left off. I like that, in another show they might have just had this underboss, character kind of just be a one note thing, the VD guy, and also the juxtaposition of Oz trying to play as if he was really loyal and he was very loving of the family, when really we know that he hates the Falcones. So he hated the old man Falcone, and he hated the son. Obviously, he shot him. So I like that. I like how he's playing that. I like that there's still consequences to the guy getting killed. It's not blown over and then they pick up some other random plot thread and go somewhere else. There's still scrambling, and one of the main motivators of that, as we see in this episode, I really got to give it to Christine Milioti, because playing Sophia, she plays it in such a manner that there's not really any question of, one, how much she loved her brother, and two, how much pain and trauma she's really seen, and how much she's really just off the deep end. But also within that, she has a real good ability, as it's pointed out in this episode by her uncle, to sniff out bullshit. So yeah, she's crazy, and it might be hindering her in some ways. And we see the tragic thing with the doctor and all the other stuff that we kind of get inside her mind a little bit. but she's also no fool. And maybe a little bit of her craziness allows her to see things that other people don't really see. I'm not saying she's, Drusilla from Buffy the Vampire Slayer clairvoyant or anything like that, but it it takes notice the fact that she is definitely pushing the narrative that something happened to her brother and it's somebody within their organization, and she's not letting that shit go. And that's the kind of like crazy woman thing or crazy person thing really, where they get fixated on an issue, and you're going to keep driving it home no matter what happens. And I like that. I like what she's doing with the character. I mean, I've heard these comments about how she's really like a 6'5" beast in the cartoon or the comic. I don't care. I do not care. That means nothing to me. This chick is a great actress. I've never seen her in anything that I particularly like, except for one Black Mirror episode. I don't have anything against her, but I think this is going to be the thing that she's remembered for a long time. This is going to be the role that really people will look back on and go, "Oh my God, that's crazy. This chick's amazing." Lance is here.
Oh my God, I'm in the kingdom of gayness. How's it going?
Welcome. All straight, gay, whatever. Do it.
Yeah, Colin Farrell's career is in one sense is kind of fucked, and I mean that in a nice way. He's never going to top this role.
You think so?
I don't think he'll ever top.
He's done
this
a lot
role.
of great stuff as well, but yeah, I mean, he was funny in like Daredevil as Bullseye, but this he feels more like he doesn't need to ham it up or just play it for laughs. He actually
he's really unrecognizable, isn't he?
Mm.
He is, and
if somebody told you this is David Niven playing this role, he's risen from the dead, you couldn't tell otherwise, because you'd never know if they said an unknown actor is playing Penguin, guess who it is, and that was a big like marketing gimmick, which by the way would have been really good. Not that they could have kept it a secret in our industry, but you never would have gone, oh, it's probably Colin Farrell. It just wouldn't. It's not someone who would have jumped out. You might have said, oh, it might be Danny DeVito or something, So, yeah, it's just a phenomenal performance from him.
I was actually talking about, when you popped on, Lance, I do agree, but I was actually talking about Christine Milioti as the...
Oh, she's great.
Yeah, she is. She fucking rocks in this. And I've always liked her as an actress, but I don't think she was ever given anything truly great to work with until now.
Is she available for dating? Is she available for dating? I'm asking for a friend.
Sure. Yeah, I bet she
I
is.
think she's fucking cool. I mean,
which would you rather have, the How I Met Your Mother version of her or the crazy Sophia Falcone version?
I don't know. I'd have to ask my friend. Definitely not for me. My friend.
For sure.
Definitely Sophia. Come on.
I don't disagree on either note as far as both of them making these star-turning performances, and it's so weird in a spin-off from, like, let's be honest, a mediocre DC project. This is
I'd already forgotten about that movie. I'd even forgotten Colin Farrell was in it playing this part, because the film was so forgettable.
Him and Catwoman were the best things in it, in my opinion.
Yeah, they were.
But and as far as career I've seen him in a lot of stuff that I really enjoy. I think we talked about this the other day, but I also really liked him in the first half of Sugar, the private detective thing. I really liked that until that silly ass twist came in. Then I'm like, all right, now you've taken me out of the story. Now I don't care. So, but I mean, he was really good in that. So, I mean, for whatever that's worth. But yeah, he picked up. Well, I think we recapped Nick's pretty good.
Recapped. Yeah, we've got to watch the first episode. We've already done a review on episode 1, Nick's. We have. Sorry, man. I do hope you catch it. This is why I put the spoiler warning anyway, because you're better off watching the show first before you start listening to us.
Oh yeah, you definitely
will be spoiling this.
I don't know why anybody would do that. Why would anybody watch the show, a review stream before? Maybe if it was a spoiler-free thing and I was on the edge of whether or not I wanted to give it a shot, maybe, but I don't know.
If it's like The Acolyte or something, I don't fucking care. Rings of Power, I don't care. Spoiler away, I don't care.
Well, yeah. Those kind of things. Thank God for the people who do those shows, because they just keep me from wasting any of my valuable time.
I haven't been able to bring myself to watch the last episode of Rings of Power yet.
I don't think anybody can blame you, Lance. I mean,
can I really watch this? Should my vote be I'm not going to watch it? And at the minute, that's kind of where I'm at. I don't care about it. So why should I watch it?
I don't subscribe to the idea of giving any of that direct any attention, good, bad, or otherwise. I really do. I mean, I get it. People like to hate watch stuff, and people like when people take the piss out of stuff. I certainly have done it myself, but at the same time, like when you have stuff like that, I just don't see the point in 20 different streams of somebody saying this show sucks. It's garbage. You know, like let's talk about something we like.
I
There's
know,
people
because I
more-
mean, I was almost going to do like a proper edited review of episode, but I thought, nah, just do a little live stream, get people on that year, like hanging out with and interact with people in the comments as well. And it's, because it's a good thing you get your views out and you don't get any copyright crap either after, because YouTube really is stamping down on that shit now. It's getting really annoying.
Yeah. So for this episode, one, seeing Theo Rossi, I've not seen him since Sons of Anarchy. I thought that was pretty interesting. Is he going to be? Is this going to? I don't know anything about the comics, so I don't know if he's.
Yeah, I don't remember his character being in the comics. I think he could be new. I mean, if there's any other comics that I might have missed where he is in it, then please elaborate in the comments. I'd be very good to see.
Yeah,
what
is this a good guy, a bad guy? What is the deal?
I know.
With
I
this
mean,
guy?
does he have an interest in his interest in his at heart, or is he kind of trying to bang her? Because I got that impression that he kind of wants her a bit as well.
Well, I mean,
he's in 6 episodes, so we're gonna see a bit more of him.
Yeah, 6, and it's going to be an 8-episode series, right?
You've got James Madio in there from Band of Brothers as well.
Okay, what is
the guy that plays Milo Grappa?
Oh yeah,
with the silver fox haircut. That's
wow. He's like
yeah.
Yeah.
Perconte, I think his character name was.
Perconte, yeah. Perconte, yeah. Look down at my boots. You tell me if you see a crease. Yeah. No. Wow. That's good catch, Lance. Good catch.
Yeah. So, what was your overall opinion on this episode, then, Lance?
Well, it's quite a feat for television to keep me awake when I finally stopped working, because I worked really late on the book last night. Didn't tools down like 20:04, and but I can't just go straight to bed and turn the light off. I always have to watch something to kind of decompress my brain. And Penguin episode 2, let's do that. And normally within 10 minutes, if I put something on, I'm kind of like, no matter how good it is, I'm kind of like nodding off. But with this, it was like, no, I want to see all of this episode. Yeah. So it was good. I liked it. I mean, I like how much they do with the characters.
Because
on top of the dialogue, I'm not just talking about the dialogue. I like what these actors do with the characters on top of the dialogue. Both Colin Farrell and our good lady, they do an incredible job. Kristen Milotti, they do. There's all these looks going back and forth and stuff. This whole show is as much about what's not said.
Yeah, exactly. Or sometimes what they mean by by coming across like they mean one thing, but really they're motivated by something else. Like Luca, he's definitely pretending to be on Sophia's side, but he just wants to take over. He's after the power himself. He's like every other cockroach just coming out of every other termite coming out of the woodwork, trying to grab hold of that power Falcone has in that big vacuum he's left.
Something tells me he's not going to make it past the next episode.
Oh no, I would love to see Sophia fucking cap him. I really hope she does.
Do you guys think that Sophia actually knows, or do you think that she's just generally paranoid?
I think she suspects, but she can't be sure.
Yeah,
and I think she suspects, but she's also conscious of her own paranoia. She's aware of her strengths and her weaknesses. So there's that kind of double thing going on with her. Like, is he lying to me, or is this my paranoia? And she plays on that in her performance. Yeah. It's really layered. There's loads going on with her performance.
I think that's very interesting that you say that, because that was pretty much my take. I took it as, especially after the last case that I worked, where the wife had a cheating husband who cheated before, and she just said, I need to know if I'm just being paranoid. But she was a very smart lady, so it's just like sometimes your paranoia can work against you because you start questioning, am I seeing things that are not there? Is that a thing? And in your natural instincts, you can work against them, and in that way, if she really is buying into what Oz is doing, and the jury's still out on that yet, in my opinion. But if she is being taken in by him, she's working against her own instincts, which I think is her greatest strength. So it's definitely a mistake. But it just goes to show the machinations of Oz and what he's able to pull off is also equally as impressive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I think
agree with all of
Sophie
the
was
above.
kind of using Oz at the end as well when she agrees to have him work with her because he's obviously trying to get power as well. So she thinks, okay, I can't do this by myself. I need this guy, and once he's served his usefulness, I'll fucking get rid of him because he's using me as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, so they're both using each other. That's the impression I'm getting. He's obviously Oswald is because he knows that she's fucking mental and distrustful of the Falcones, and he's using that against them.
Yeah. Well, I think the family wants to get rid of him just in general. I
Oh
think
yeah, they do.
I think they're just sick of him. I think they don't like this ugly, crippled, whatever, foot soldier, no pun intended. I think they want him gone. I think I think I mentioned this in our last stream where, Oz represents that kind of Goodfellas mentality, the working class, mob guy, whereas the rest of them are Godfather type, elitists. They've been rich for a long time, and he's a street guy doing street stuff, and they kind of see him as beneath them, and obviously he's got a chip on his shoulder about that, and that's well basically what kicked off this whole storyline here that we've got. But yeah, I
Yeah,
think I think they're gonna. I think they want it. I think they want him gone. They've shut him off at every angle, and they put him in like they very clearly put him in harm's way in this episode, not even knowing he had a double cross. They just wanted to get rid of him. Do you want to read that real quick, or do you want me to do it?
yeah. So Oz is a character forced by circumstances and hero of an established house of the founding fathers of Gotham, but stripped of wealth and virtue, trying to fight his way up in the street life. Yeah, that is exactly him. That is exactly him.
Huh.
He's basically if Al Pacino and Donnie Brasco decided, you know what, fuck Michael Madsen, I'm going to try and take over. Fuck
Yeah,
these guys.
yeah,
And I love that. I do. I love that.
That's a
I do
good
too.
film, Donnie Brasco, and
It
actually,
is.
you
It is.
could quite easily see the characters in that being in this world. If they all walked in the room, they wouldn't feel out of place. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Yeah,
because the mafia aren't really honourable thieves like the Godfather kind of made them out to be. They were violent fucking backstabbing bastards who could have family photos with you 1 minute, then kill you over some bullshit the next. It's like in Goodfellas, even if you didn't get out of line, you got fucking whacked. Hits became
right.
a hazard. So
Well,
yeah,
that's what Oz is basically doing. I mean, he's
yeah,
riding with the Falcone guys. He's joking around with them. He's buddy with them, and then he has no problem setting them up, shooting them himself to make it look like the Maronis did it, and then later, planting the knife on the guy, totally, putting him. And that guy was actually a loyal soldier, and Oz had no problem doing that to
yeah.
save
It
his
was a
own ass.
capo. It was a capo. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
He
So
killed the main guy. That was a
yeah.
touchy subject.
Yeah. So yeah, no man, it's this was I liked everything that happened here for to I that kid, I've tried I'm giving him a chance, but I
Mm.
really need this ineffectual kind of the stuttering, I'm a good kid and I'm in over my head kind of situation.
Yeah,
Nope,
he needs
those
to do something to justify his presence a bit more.
I
I know
know.
he is the
We are
weak
starting
link
to
at the
see
minute.
we are starting to see some conflictions because he's noticing that his friend Garcia has gone missing, and yeah, this is right. But there's going to be consequences to that because Oswald kind of put the blame on his friend as well and got him killed. So I think Victor is going to find out, and it's going to lead to some very serious drama between these two.
Let me ask you guys a much more important, vital question.
sure.
Was the Penguin trying to set his little driver buddy, nerdy buddy, up for a night of fun with that girl, or was he just trying to
Absolutely.
improve his confidence?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, it can't be both.
Well, I mean, it can be both. Absolutely, it can be both.
I know.
But,
I mean, you have a gorgeous girl wanting to fucking ride your fucking joystick. Of course,
Yeah.
you're going to get confident.
Yeah.
and on
So
the toxic scale, what does that lady score out of 10?
oh, she's definitely a hard 8. Hard 8.
She's a hard 11.5 here. Yeah.
Is she? The cinnamon? The cam girl or the Oz's girlfriend?
No, well, actually, both of them are pretty.
Oh, yeah,
my
Oz's girlfriend's-
imagination's running wild now, man. Don't get me
Yeah,
started.
Oz's girlfriend, I forget her name. The one that's like the madam, I guess she is.
Yeah,
The
one who gives him the alibi.
Sure, she's like a solid 9 just because, voice and everything she's got going on. But the young cam girl thing, she's very pretty. But I mean, I don't want cake put on my private parts or anything
What
like
was
that.
what was her character name?
The young girl was Cinnamon.
Sinner.
Yeah.
Listen, if I was 22, not not me now, but if she's played by Cinnamon's played by Ava Gray.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's only got a handful of credits, so this might be her big break.
Yeah. No, she's cute for sure. I mean, I wouldn't kick her out of bed for eating butt cake, but I mean, at the same time,
Can you clarify exactly what butt cake is? Is that something
Well,
you purchased,
apparently-
or is it already available in the bedroom?
yeah, no, apparently
Go
that's
on Pornhub.
part of her shtick is to put cake into the mix. That's what he is.
Oh
Hey,
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
hey, kid, you got a sweet tooth over there? Oh,
Yeah, that gave me a flashback to an entertaining story.
I'm not having you on again, Lance. You brought butt
Yeah,
cake into the conversation.
God,
Yeah,
Lance.
we'll talk about that off camera.
Yeah, I hope you're not
Yeah.
eating cake right now. Good Lord, the imagery.
But
But
we
yeah,
kinda
no,
mentioned-
she's. Go ahead,
Yeah,
bud.
no, finish off it because she'd be.
No,
alright.
she was cute. Are we to assume that the kid didn't do anything with this hooker? Because if not, then that's even worse. That what he just hung out with her and talked with her all night. Like that's. I don't. I'm not feeling this. Is this the showrunner and the writers trying to give this like good decent character in here to juxtapose against what Oz does and who he is? Because if they are, then one, I don't like it, and two, I'm not buying it. I don't need some little beta cuck milquetoast character running around. Oz, I'm not sure. It's like, dude, come on, man. Like that needs to. I want to see this kid do something. Now, if that's the whole point, that they show this innocent side of him, and later he becomes this solid badass, shaves his head, and starts murking people, then I'm cool with it. But I mean, if him and Cinnamon were just playing patty cake all night long and he didn't even, get in her guts, then that's weird. That's some weird stuff. I don't know what to think about that.
That is kind of funny that you brought up Victor because at the end of this episode, it did kind of improve on a complaint I had on the last episode that I thought he should have been a bit more skeptical while accepting him, and now he is because he's fucked up on the job, and he's starting to wonder if he has put too much trust in him too early.
Yeah, no. The kid pulled it off last episode was the thing, but I mean, you're only as good as the last thing that you pull off. But I mean, to be fair, I'll go a little bit on the kid's side here. I don't know what the kid could have done in that situation. What was he supposed to do? He got caught breaking into the car. What else could he have done? So
I think Oz is pissed off because he almost got him capped. He almost got him killed doing it, and and he's like he said you need to fucking do better. He's like, and he doesn't. Oz probably doesn't even have a clue either. He just thinks, no, you adapt because every time I did something and things went wrong, I still adapted and got through it. But that could be a lie as well. That could be a lie as well because he's not very.
Well, he lies a lot in this episode, not just on the surface. Did you catch the throwaway line when he's giving Sophia the pep talk and he says,
yeah. His mom died a few years back.
Yeah, mom died a few years back.
You lying bastard.
But I mean, for a good reason. But at the same time, he's playing a really dangerous game. Like he just waltzes into the Maronis and just assumes that nobody from the Maronis is going to talk out of school. Really? Like that seems. I mean,
Yeah,
that could
I
go
think that
wrong
might be
any
his
number of
mistake
ways.
as well. I mean, he should have just said that his mum was still alive because she found out he's lying. That trust is he's just built up at the end. It's going to evaporate very quickly.
Because they were pretty much ready for him to get thrown under the bus there. The matriarch of the Maronis, she was just like,
Yeah.
well, better
Mm.
get this guy because if you don't, he's gonna give you up. I mean, they
Mm.
didn't seem to, have any opinion on it one way or the other. It's like, oh well, just so you know.
So yeah, now we've established most of our opinions on this and favorite moments from the show.
Oh, I mean, going straight back to the cam girl again, but
Jesus, Lance.
that's because I was very tired. It was early in the morning. I've been
I
working
hear
till
ya.
4:30 a.m. and
All right.
she kept me going till the end of the episode.
Well, fair enough. Fair enough.
But no, I mean the ambush was really well done. I liked I like the ambush sequence and Penguin taking out the guys in the van and how he moved into position before, because he knew it was coming. So as soon as he moved into that position in the van, I was like, I know what's going to happen here. That whole sequence was done really well. I thought was
I like the fact that this one of the lyrics in the song playing goes, "Yes, I'm unreliable," and okay, yeah, it's talking about the Penguin here because he is very unreliable, really.
True. Yeah, true. My favorite part was we get to delve a little deeper into Sophia, and I like the fact that even one of her Hampton friends, the girl that she just used to go party girl and boat trip with and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
She's playing so nice to her, but then when she's just legitimately being sweet to the little girl, the fear shows in the mom's eyes, and she hugs the girl next to her, and that triggers Sophia. So Sophia's like, okay, you want me to be crazy? You want me to do a little crazy? I'll show you a little bit crazy, and then just like makes that kind of veiled threat. And of course, like you said, the whole like just digging into like everybody's kind of talking about her, whether that was real or imagined is irrelevant. And then she just kind of digs her hands into the pasta salad and just acts like a total psycho.
She's just doesn't give a shit. I love it.
She's like, you want to see a psycho? I'll be a psycho.
Yeah, I mean, and plus, but since you've already mentioned that, I'll mention the favorite, and it is one of my favorites, and it does pretty much show that Loka has been working his manipulation through a little bit as well, because he does advise her to take a little break, go abroad, leave town for a bit. And yeah, he's obviously planned it, tried to have his cousin play friendly with it, so she agrees. And yeah, I like the fact that Loka is showing exactly he's going to be one of the many people trying to grab onto Falcone's power. But it's not actually my favourite moment. My second favourite moment probably was the fact that he had to adapt quickly after Victor fucked up on planting the jewels in VT's car. And I almost thought he was going to plant the knife on VT after he started accusing him and started.
Yeah, I thought that as well. No. So it was just they set that up to make you think that. And then David Kelly didn't take the rap. It was the other dude.
I kind of thought that David Kelly wouldn't be gotten rid of. I didn't know what he was going to do exactly, but I thought that was going to be like a little subversive.
Yeah, well, I mean, he is a big name, so whereas Star Trek Red Shirt of the Week, much more likely to bite the farm early.
Sure.
Yeah, I know, because I mean, I was starting to wonder what the fuck happened. Did he accidentally put it in Castillo's pocket, or? Because it would have made more sense. I mean, if they killed off, I think that might be one of the weakest moments in the episode. It probably should have been VT that died, because it would have made sure that no one was safe.
I feel like they're going to utilize VT more, because if you notice, VT is kind of he keeps being a thorn in Penguin's side more than anything else. So especially if he's got a bit of a détente with Sophia, a little bit of a truce, then it would be a situation where this guy's going to be, a problem, because the uncle's just kind of, I don't know what the uncle's doing. He's just kind of dead weight. He's not very charismatic. I don't really get any vibes off of him, but Kelly is a really good actor. I like him in everything that I've seen him in.
Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah, I did. I know, because I was trying to figure out what he was out of, and Lance mentioned the Was it Lance or Critical that mentioned?
No,
he
I
was
said
in John Wick?
he's in the Shield. He's one of his
Yeah.
first big roles. Is a, as
Yep.
a,
Yeah, but
as a
someone said he
serial
was in Dawn of the Dead 2004 as well, and
He was. Yep. he
yeah,
was.
and I was like, oh shit,
killer.
yeah,
And he was one of the villains
Yeah.
in the first season of 24 as well.
And he was also in Generation Kill. Played one of the officers in Generation Kill.
Oh yeah, God, yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Sure was.
Yeah, so that's the favorite moments. So favorite characters.
Go ahead, Lance.
Well, okay, let's count Colin Farrell out. Otherwise, we're all going to say Penguin.
I know.
Sure.
It can be a bit boring. Outside of Penguin, my next favorite character's got to be the
Cinnamon.
She's my favorite character of the week. But no, Sophia Falcone
Yeah.
is without a doubt.
I agree. I know we're probably going to be in a bit of an echo chamber here, but she is so fucking good. She has that. There's that mystery to her. Is she really that crazy? Is she paranoid? Is she hearing things that because her mind is so fucked? But she's also very smart. She's very psychotic without trying too hard to be. She's very tough, but at the same time she's very vulnerable, and she captures that. She balances it just right and realistically as well.
Yeah, less experienced actress wouldn't be able to do so much with that part, but she gives you loads to pick apart with her. It's great.
Yeah, you say that, and I know, Luke, you mentioned you've liked her in a lot of stuff. I've not, like I said, I've not seen her in a bunch of stuff that I was like, it really blew my skirt up. I was like, I guess, was she the wife in Green Book?
I have not seen Green Book, so I
Okay.
wouldn't know. I like her as an actress. I just didn't think she always had the best material to work with after most of the time. That's it.
If she was the wife in Green Book, I really liked her in that, although she didn't have a very large part. But other than that, the few things I've seen her in, like I said, the Black Mirror episode, and then that's it. So this was really like an eye-opening experience. I don't understand this question.
So, Avi Aki, who are the two people in the picture have sexual playtime? What?
What's that? What? What's the question?
Is that on yours? Is that on yours? Is that in your picture?
Who are the two people in the picture that have sexual playtime? I mean, if you mean the photograph that's on screen right now, it's me and Toxic, obviously.
Obviously.
But in the episode, I reckon it's Cinnamon and Penguin's driver. You know,
I don't think he nailed her though, Lance. I get the
no,
vibe
he
that
didn't.
he
But
sexual picture, yeah,
amazing.
it's Falcone's wife and John Vitti, isn't it?
Oh,
it's blackmail. That's it. Yeah, sorry, man.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I didn't catch that either. Yes, in the picture that Penguin has. Yes, correct. Yes, that's correct.
And Nick's, it was a full 47.5 seconds, just to be clear. So
yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I wish I could be contrarian and say something different, but I really can't. I got to give it to Christine Milioti in this episode as well. I could not take my eyes off of her. She's just so man, it's just like she's just giving off this energy. I just want to watch everything that she does, and to be able to hold her own with a powerhouse like Farrell, who already has so many advantages with his, the prosthetics, and he gets to kind of like play hard in this character, and she has the disadvantages of, I guess, apparently not looking like the source material thing. But just to make, I mean, dude, I would be scared of this little 90-pound woman. If she was real and I was in a room with her, I would worry about my life, So I think these people that are kind of like, especially the uncle that are blowing her off and writing her off as just, little cute, crazy rich girl, and maybe they're really making a bad mistake. They are not. I think the only person who kind of sees her for the threat that she truly is Oz. Maybe to a lesser degree also that the madam chick that is his girlfriend. She and I'm glad they mentioned that too.
She was very worried about that as well. She was very worried that she'll be knocking on their door.
Well, I was worried about her, weren't you? After the fact that he was like, "Hey, let's make sure I got a good alibi." I'm like, okay, well, Sophia's checking these alibis, and she's not like just texting somebody, "Hey, was Oz with you last night?" Like, she's showing up heavy with a bunch of dudes going, I need to know what's going on right now. And she definitely got Colin Farrell's number right off the rip. But I mean, look, they were torturing him last episode, so it's not like she believed his bullshit for even a second. So he really put that madam in a bad spot, because if she doesn't believe Oz, then she's gonna know that the hooker madam lady lied to her. No.
No. That's the thing. This show actually does have consequences. So who knows? Maybe sometime later in the series we will see something like that. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I want to see some confliction between Oz and Victor as well. You know, really give Victor something. The actor who plays Victor something to work with as well, because he's still very two-dimensional.
Yeah.
But we are seeing little hints of what might come.
I mean, to be fair to him, because I don't think it's a problem with the actor. To be fair to him, he's got the naffest role in the story. You know, he's got to play the sort of nerdy, nervous, scared kid. There ain't a lot of different ways. It's not like I'm looking at him thinking you could do more with this part. It's kind of he's playing it as it's written, and I'm sure he's being directed to play it that way as well. So I don't think he's the problem, as in the actor. Let's see what they do with the character with the script, and I think if they do something interesting with the character, I'm sure the actor will rise to the occasion. But at the minute, he is a bit sort of 1.5 dimensional at the moment.
You guys want to hear something crazy? So I looked her up because I didn't want to keep calling her the madam or the girlfriend of the Penguin. So I looked her up. So Carmen, and I might be mispronouncing this, Ejago. And so she is actually British. I wouldn't have guessed that in 10,000 lifetimes. Did you guys get that? Did you find anything wrong with her accent that?
No, I didn't.
No, but I've seen her in other things. So I kind of I got that. I think I've seen her on stage actually.
Have you really?
Yeah, because isn't it? It's Carmen. It's Carmen, isn't it?
Yeah.
Carmen. I forget how you pronounce her name.
I don't know how. Jogo,
but I'm pretty sure she did a play. When she was a lot younger.
Okay.
In the UK, and I'm pretty sure I saw it, and I'm trying for the life of me remember what it was, but this may well be that it falls into the period of Lance has his brain hemorrhage and can't remember anything. Sure. Interestingly, though, she was married to Jeffrey Wright.
Wow.
I have to admit, I always assumed Jeffrey Wright was gay. I mean, he has played a lot of gay roles, And he is kind of your sort of go-to actor if you want, if it's an intellectual gay character who happens to be African American and was written that way in the script. Jeffrey Wright is probably at the top of your casting list. Yeah. Fantastic, phenomenal actor.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good as Commissioner Gordon. He's not my favorite, but because I know in the Batman Cape Crusader, everyone's like race swapped, and it makes no sense with that one. In the Batman, it does make sense. It's it's more modern, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
no, he was great, Gordon. Yeah.
She's basically a Disney kid because her career break was presenting Saturday Disney, which is the back then would have been the equivalent of Disney's Wonderful World of Color, which sort of first came out in the 50s and was on Sunday afternoons when I was growing up as a kid. And I've seen her in quite a bit actually, because I spotted her in stuff sort of in the kind of early 2000s, and I kept an eye on what she was doing. And she did an episode of Law and Order, which is I watched. I've seen every episode of Law and Order. I've seen most of them probably. I've seen 2 or 3 times. And then she was in the Purge, Anarchy. She did a recurring character in the Fantastic Beasts series, which I really had no interest in. Unfortunately, then she was in Alien Covenant, which we're all still trying.
Yeah, I'm just looking it up now. She was in she's in the Purge, Anarchy, Selma. She's she was
actually. Do you know what? She was good in Selma. Really good role in Selma, because she played Martin Luther King's wife, I think, or either one of his daughters or his wife. But I seem to recall that she was very good.
Yeah, she's in
believe it or not,
Detective as well, apparently.
Yeah.
And, so yeah, she's been in lots. And we'll see what comes more of her character, because right now she's still kind of just the sort of madam girlfriend of Oswald Cobblepot. She doesn't really feel like a fully fleshed out
I
character.
got a bad
She's doing well,
feeling.
yeah.
I
She's
got
going.
a bad feeling that she's on the chopping block and she's
Oh
gonna get
yeah,
hurt
she'll get
because of him.
killed. She'll get fucking killed for sure. But
She's not quite got a Star Trek red shirt on. It's more like one of the blue shirts in the background.
Well,
of the
I think it's
bay.
going to be one of them motivating, motivates Penguin to do things type of thing. But yeah, I like the hair. I like the hair. I like the kind of aged. I remember her from Metro, being the hot British girlfriend. Now that I've seen her CV a little bit, and I was like, man, I can't believe that's it. I'm usually, believe it or not, even though I'm bad at doing the British accent, I'm usually good at sussing it out and hearing it in people who are doing regular accents. And I don't hear nothing in her in the way that she speaks. I don't get any kind of that from her. So I'd be interested. I might look up some of the stuff that she's done before and see her speaking in her regular accent and see how that sounds, because that's pretty interesting. But yeah, I like her. I like her a lot, and I like that they address. I hate loose plot threads. I hate that. I hate when people don't call it on certain stuff and they don't just go, because it's so easy with just one line of dialogue, because anybody looking at how intense Kristen Milioti's character is tracking down this mystery of who is the inside man. See what I did there?
Oh, pun intended.
Yeah. Just her doing that,
man.
There's no way that she wouldn't be that thorough. So Carmen saying, hey, you're putting us really bad at risk, me covering for you with this. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Okay, so favorite line. I think mine has to be the.
You're stealing all my segments from one of my shows. Sounds like you are.
I'm trying to be a bit more organised with this anyway.
Yeah, good man. I like the fact
all over the place. So
steal from the best is what they say, Lance.
Steal from the best, man. Hey,
mate, if you were really organised, you'd have a little video thing that would come up.
Yeah, I need to get some more stuff down, but I'm just trying to avoid more copyright stuff because I already get enough of that.
Mate, I've had one today.
It's a pain in the ass, isn't it? YouTube needs to fucking get their act together and start doing the right thing and telling these companies to fuck off.
Barry Norman never had this trouble.
Yeah. Fact. But anyway, favourite line before I get to you a lot probably is the jockey. probably the jockey at the drop. What's the difference between the mafia and the government? One of them is organised. Okay, that's my favourite line. I love it.
Okay.
That was a good line. I think my favourite line is, "Hi, this is Cinnamon."
Yeah. Oh, Jesus, Lance.
My second favourite line was probably him saying after
I've been single for 5 years, man. Can you blame me?
No.
After she says she does like fetish, domination, and kick, and Oz is going, yeah, you got a sweet tooth. Second favourite line.
Yeah. My favorite line is definitely the callback line that he uses when he earlier tells Sophia, my mom was in a funk over, the deaths that we had in the family. And then, sometimes it's better, you can sit around and think of these things, or you can just dance. And then later when she offers him, hey, do you want to go in on this thing with me? And he just says the last line, let's dance. I like that. That's a great line. And weirdly enough, so weird, I got my girlfriend to watch Buffy last night, and there's a great line from Spike where he's telling her how he killed the one Slayer, and he says, I could have danced all night with that one. And she goes, you think we're dancing? And he's like, that's all we've ever done. And I was like, man, that's a great line. God dang it.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, you gotta love Spike. God, Spike is he's such a cool character, yet he's such a fucking dork at the same time.
Yeah.
You gotta love James Martin for pulling that off, man.
Yeah,
but I'll probably do another Buffy stream one day and something. But it's hard to do all these 5 series things when they've got 22 episodes. So I need to get my head around that a little bit if I'm a bit,
Yeah, I might if I'm just not to get off on a tangent, maybe go to the pick of the litter like we've done, like just how we did the Halloween episode, and then the
I could probably do like top 5 episodes of each season, maybe something like that. Same thing for Miami Vice. I'll do
yeah, for sure.
I've started watching. I've been rewatching Miami Vice. So I mean, it's funny, isn't it? It's like there are some episodes that are like super mediocre, and then there are other episodes that are like, oh wow, someone pulled out the stops there,
Yeah.
Yeah. Season 5 is weak. It has some good moments, but you can really tell the quality was going down though by then.
Well, I'm still hoping to get Sandra Santiago on. So
Oh, nice.
yeah,
I'm
she
in
was
touch
cool.
with
She was
her.
a cool
She's talking
character.
to me, but I'm trying to
Yeah.
pin her down. And I'm like, oh, don't do a Michael Ironside on me.
What did you guys
no,
think
she's-
of Colin
oh.
Farrell's portrayal of Crockett in the movie version? Did you guys like it?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of liked that movie. I tell you what's weird was I saw like because Public Enemies was Michael Mann as well, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
I saw Public Enemies. I saw that one, Miami Vice, and I saw the Tom Cruise movie where he's the assassin.
Collateral.
Thank you. I saw all three of them at exactly the same cinema in exactly the same seats, which is the Empire Screen 1, Leicester Square.
Okay.
And all three of them had sound issues. And I don't know if that's like Michael Mann's mixer was so, but I strained to hear the dialogue occasionally. I don't know what it was. And it really, like, there was like a couple of really key lines in Collateral that I fucking just missed. I couldn't hear them.
Oh, no.
And you're in, this is a cinema in Leicester Square where, this is the cinema that Avatar premiered in the UK. It's not normally known for.
It's more common than you think. The amount of movies I've been watching where I've had to turn on the fucking subtitles.
Yeah, but it was only these three, and the thing they had in common was they were all directed by Michael Mann, who, by the way, is one of my absolute favorite directors, without a doubt.
He is. I mean, Manhunter, Thief, and
Last of the Mohicans.
That's brilliant.
Last of the Mohicans.
Yeah, but before we end the stream, rating on a scale of either 1 to 5 or 1 to 10, your pick.
I mean, out of 5, it's a solid 4. Out of 10, it's 8.5. Solid show. Really liking it. There's nothing in it that's kind of making me go, "Oh my god, I didn't see that coming. That's amazing."
It's still early. I mean, it's still a solid.
Yeah, I mean, we're only on episode 2.
Yeah.
But a show doesn't need to do that for me, because if shows try to do that every episode all the time, unless you've got the right kind of show. In The Shield, you can kind of have with an ensemble cast, you've got enough dynamics there with various subplots and things where you probably can drop a clanger at the end of every episode, because you can't really do that in Penguin because you've only got like 3 or 4 characters to work with. But that's okay. I'm perfectly enjoying it, totally as it is. It's perfectly fine. Is it the best thing I've ever seen? No. Is Colin Farrell's performance one of the best things I've ever seen? Absolutely. So is he carrying the show? No, because other people in the show, Kristen in Point, are very good, and the writing on the whole is good, and the show looks right and feels right. So let's see what they do with the kid. He is the weak link at the minute, but maybe he's a necessary weak link, and it will pay off. I'm hoping that will be the case. So, yeah, so 8.5 out of 10 or 4 out of 5 for me.
Yeah, I'll give it a solid 4 out of 5.
I give it a 4.5. Except for the kid, I have no issues with anything that I watched, and I liked getting inside the head of Sophia Falcone a little bit more. And I thought, he's not. If you're gonna get a lag, it's usually gonna happen by episode 3, but sometimes it happens in episode 2. So I'm having a hard time with a limited series being going a week to week. I really am. I'm still. I hate to say this, but I'm still gun shy from True Detective season 4, and I'm worried. And I'm also gun shy from Sugar. Sorry, Colin Farrell. I couldn't get into it, man. You really hurt me with that one, buddy. You're lucky I'm watching this show. But yeah, I give it a 4.5 just off of what I'm seeing. We got a little bit more of Clancy Brown in this episode.
And again, we got to meet his wife as well. The actress, I've seen her plenty of times. Oh yeah, Shohreh Aghdashloo, if I'm pronouncing that right. Sorry,
I'm not even attempting that at all.
Aghdashloo, she will play as Nadia. Yeah, she's kind of fucking killing it as well. She's kind of got to take over Maroney while he's in that Alcatraz style prison.
Yeah, Blackgate.
Yeah, I'm still there. I was half expecting Sean Connery and Nick Cage to pop up somewhere. really was.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, 4.5 for me. I'm very happy with it. It was really late last night, and had a long day drinking day, and right time with the girlfriend. So she was all passed out, and I was like, "Now we got to get the show watched so I can be on the stream tomorrow."
Did you wake her up after the cinnamon scene?
I did not let. We were all. I don't go halfway, but yeah, she was out. She does a regular, good job 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, whatever. So she has to be up at early and deal with stuff. So I'm basically on vacation right now. I'm about to go help out with the disaster thing down in North Carolina for a little bit. So.
Oh, is that the hurricane and stuff?
Yes, sir.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah, it's pretty serious, right?
As far as I can tell, yeah, I'm heading down to my old unit at Fort Bragg and gonna go see one of my old friends before he deploys, and then contract out a little bit, do a little bit of work down there, and then I got another friend in South Carolina, and then I'm gonna work my way through Tennessee down to Florida. So also for selfish reasons, because I'm trying to distance myself from my last case because there's a lot of heat coming down off of it, and I don't want to be around.
I hope that all blows over soon, and good luck to your friend as well. I hope he makes it back home after.
Yeah, it's from the admin group. He was NJ, the black paratrooper guy, my friend from the army.
Man. Oh shit, man! All right.
Yeah.
Still good luck to him either way, because yeah. But so yeah, I will end the stream. It's a very good episode, and it's still early days to determine whether this is the greatest show ever. But it's so far it's doing really well. I'm still engaged in the characters. I'm still engaged with their motivation to take over, and even though these are outright scumbags, one's a serial killer and one's a two-faced gangster, and yeah, the writing is still very strong, and they're still making me sympathise with these people, even though I should really hate them. But
yeah,
let's hope. And I hope what's his name, Renzi Felix, if I'm pronouncing his name right. I hope he does get given more to work with, and his character really does start to become a bit more developed and a bit more engaging as well, and not just some two-dimensional sort of innocent character, sort of like green naive character. So. And on that, I will end the stream, and hope you and I will see you a lot tomorrow. Oh yeah, before I go, got anything coming up, Toxic?
No, not. This is a slow week for me. I'm going to be on the road, so hopefully I'll be somewhere with half.
Yeah, you mentioned you mentioned already that you got stuff.
Yeah.
So yes, I didn't know if you still had something coming up as well. Before you did. That's all.
No, I might bang one out, but right now I'm just trying to enjoy my time with the girlfriend, and then head on out. But I'm going to try to keep up on these things, and hopefully the internet's not too bad down there where I'm at, and I can still jump on all the streams that I'm dedicated to, Highlander and the Shield and things like that.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, if you can't jump on your man or any others, then it's not a problem anyway. It's life happens. So yeah, low color those. Yeah, it's yeah, just catch up. That's a good thing about these live streams. They can they're still there. They're still there. I'm not going to delete them.
Well, I look forward to Toxic banging one out as always. Yeah, so I'm live in just under 3 hours. You may have seen I was on Open Bar.
With the comic book artist, isn't it?
Yeah, I put out a call on Open Bar. I said, if you're a creative and you've got something that you're passionate that you're doing, film, book, TV, whatever, comic, board game. 6 people got in touch with me. 6.
Nice.
3 authors, 1 comic book artist, and 2 filmmakers. I've already booked. I realized I booked the 2 authors on the day of the American election, and they're both Americans, so I think we're going to change that. But but I booked the filmmaker, and the comic book guy is coming on tonight. So I said to him, we were going to do it Monday, and I said, actually, do you know what? It'd probably be better if we go live just after Open Bar. And Drinkers said he's going to give it a plug for me as well, because I want to get the guy as much exposure as I can. I've reached out to a couple of people who are bigger comic book aficionados than myself to see if one of them will come on to kind of co-host with me. Stepento was going to do it originally, but he's got a clash. Gooch was going to come, but then Gooch's missus needed him to go and pick up some tablets. I don't know what's going on there. So yeah, so basically, I'm waiting for a potential co-host as well. But yeah, really nice guy called Jason. Always a good name. And I quite look. Anyone who's doing a comic with an armored tortoise in it gets my vote. That's all I'm going to say.
That sounds awesome.
5 to midnight UK time. So it's it's about two and a half hours from now. We'll be going live. Do check it out. Watch it on Catch Up if you can't. And I'll be back on Sunday with the Shield.
Yeah.
Of course.
Hopefully he does a crossover with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one day, because that would be cool. And I'm a tortoise with them lot. I'd buy it.
Yeah, I think this comic looks better than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but hey, what do I know? So yeah.
Well,
all right, man.
So yeah, and tomorrow I'll be joined by the League of the Retro Spider-Mace Bastards to talk about The Crow, and we'll try and see if we can get an extra guest on. And I was hoping to get Nadia on, but she's busy with work, and especially with the time zone. So we'll see what's happening. I don't know if you said you're going to be a bit busy out of Toxic. If you want to join, you still can do. So I'll see what I can do then. And at the moment, I've just got
the Shield on Sunday. Or are you going to be?
Yeah, I'll be doing the Shield on Sunday with you.
What about Toxic? Are you going to be, rescuing people from hurricanes, or will you be?
As long as there is, well, it's just cleanup stuff now, is what I'm being told. I've delayed it as long as I can, for both the fact that I wanted the big stuff to be done, and then also I wanted to spend some time with the girl. But as far as I know, I should be somewhere where I can do. I have internet, so as long as I do, and I've got my laptop and my phone, so I should be able to. If I don't, I will definitely reach out to you some kind of way and let you know that I won't. But I think I should be okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds
So
good.
yeah, nice one. Also, before I've also got a Man on Fire 20-year retrospect. Well, 20-year celebrating 20 years of Man on Fire with a review that'll be out on the 8th of October, because that was the release date in England, while in America it was April. So hope people have a good laugh with that review as well as and I just enjoy watching it as they do with your content. And obviously a lot of you people in the chat already have subscribed to Toxic and Lance and Huff, but if you can, share their channels, share their content, try and get them more subscribers, because they do great stuff. And especially Toxic with Consider the Source, if you're into comparisons between the book and the movie or the TV show adaptation. And he's doing rewatches with Highlander with Dudicus, which I've not watched yet, because I want to watch Highlander first before I watch these. And
that's probably a good idea.
Yeah,
probably a good idea.
And whether you beautiful bastards are Northern English or not, please, thank you for watching, and please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that bell in order to be notified. And if you wish to further support this channel, then do click the links in the description below, which I will put in straight after. And right now, that's me done, and I am off to the pub. I will see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow, Lance jumped right